weapon. The slider was better. The four-seamer was better than years past. So just keep progressing, keep going. He needed a little more in the minor leagues, probably, but where we were at that point as an organization, it was good for him to come here, get his feet wet, and learn at the big league level, and that's what he's doing.
Having Buehler and Crochet here kind of takes some of the pressure off.
I don't know. You still have to perform. It doesn't matter if you pitch the first game of the season or the fifth one. You still have to perform, and that's what we expect out of them.
Alex, when you saw Chapman throw, to do it so long and so well for so many years, what are your impressions of him?
Just a workaholic. He's a strong dude. I think throughout the years he has made adjustments. He's not just stuff, but there's swing and miss. There's a few things that we believe he can do usage-wise that are gonna make him better. But not surprised that his stuff has been really good throughout the years because of his work ethic. He's the first one here. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but it's impressive. And good teammate, good guy, understands what he needs to do. Like I told him today, just let me know what you need to do from today until we take off to Mexico to be ready for the first series. I don't know how many games he's going to throw in the big field or at the big league level, but he's going to be a good one for us.
Have you driven the truck yet?
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if he likes it, cool, good for him. He has a collection, so that's just one of them.
Usually, late inning relievers, you don't want having the walk rate that he's had in his career. It's kind of part of the trade-off with him. You get the elite velo, but sometimes he's going to miss. Do you just go into the season acknowledging that that's part of the package, or can that improve even at 36 years old?
We'll try. I mean, that's one of the goals, get him in the zone a little bit more, but there's no damage, there's no hard contact, there's not too many hits. The way they get on is because he walks people. So hopefully we can avoid that, but at the same time, we understand how it works, and then, we've seen it for years, right? We've seen it against us, right? So he'll walk a few, and then he'll strike out 3, and he moves on.
You've said for the whole time you've been here that you kind of are amazed learning the pitching side because of the former position player. To have now Kimbrel, Kenley, him, Liam, that's 4 of the all-time closers.
They've been elite for a while. Yeah.
What have you learned from just being around all those guys?
That first of all, they're different. Yeah, I mean, in a good way, but they're different. You just got to let them be, you talk to them, and this is what we want. Obviously, early on with Craig, this family situation with his daughter, kind of like that first year, it was like, show up whenever you can. As long as you're there in the 9th inning, we'll be fine with it. You just learn that they are successful because they have a routine. They're on point with it. It's not that you let them do whatever they want, but yeah, you let them do whatever they want, and as long as they're ready for the 9th inning, we're good with it.
Is there any issue with having, and I know you haven't made a decision here, but there aren't a lot of lefty closers. I know one just got into the Hall of Fame, but they're rare. Is that at all a disadvantage to have your 9th inning guy be left-handed, and how do you view his
No, not really. I mean, the way we manage now, I was pinch hitting last year in the 4th inning, so you're gonna run into some bad matchups, and if you push the envelope early on, you can run into some great matchups in the 9th with him, facing 3 lefties. So, like I said, we'll see how it works out, but I mean,
that's not a factor in your mind?
No. I mean, Tanner Scott was really good. He's been good for the last 2 years, and it really doesn't matter. He gets lefties and righties out. We've seen it, so it doesn't matter to me.
What have you guys done in terms of changing up the infield stuff and some of the things that you want to do defensively?
Different program. Flo has been with us for the last few years, and he has his own program, and I think at the end it really doesn't matter what we do, right? We can change, whether we have the mats or change the program. At the end, the players need to do it, right? And they have to put the work. I've been here, like the last 5-6 days. I've been more involved in that aspect, kind of like giving them certain details that I see. For me, you take ground balls and all that stuff, but there's stuff that the game will dictate and you have to do. And just giving my expertise, right? Because that's what I used to do, play good defense. Hopefully it helps, but we're comfortable that the guys that we have, they're very athletic. They're very smart, and they're picking up the pointers that we give them very fast.
And you say you're talking about players or coaches?
Players. Yeah.
How much do you think, when you've had Story on the field, the defense has been better, and it's not as good when he's not on the field?
Yeah, I think last year we played with, I don't know, I'm making this up, probably like with 10 shortstop and 10 second basemen.
Yeah, right.
It felt that way. So it's hard to create consistency in a world that I do believe double plays are game changers. Either way, right? It stops momentum. It gives you momentum, and when you have different guys up the middle, I can be, very polite during the season, but that's the reality, right? It's hard, I was very comfortbe with Cesar Asturias playing with me the whole time. As soon as we switch with somebody, it's hard because where you want the ball, where you want the feed, how hard you want it, all this stuff that comes into play. So hopefully we can run, shortstop and a second baseman, more than probably 20 games, last year. And the more they play together, whoever they are, the better it's going to be for the team. And we've been going through this for a while.
Do you want to establish one guy as your second baseman, or could you platoon it?
We can go both ways. Yeah, we'll see.
You've made this a point of emphasis the last couple of springs. You had a lot of fundamental work, a lot of attention on the infield, and then you end up making the most number of errors in the infield in
Yep.
baseball, lead the league in unearned runs. Is that frustrating, like, because you've tried to put such an emphasis on it the last couple of years and the results haven't?
Yeah, especially when you lose coaches, right? Like, at the end of the day, the players have to do their job, let's be honest. And it's not lack of effort from the coaching staff. It's not lack of ideas. We have switched our infield program for 3 years in a row. Maybe we should get back and just do it like we were doing it in 18 and 19, right? But, at one point we have to catch the ball, and we know it's going to be a topic. People are going to talk about it. Last year, whenever we made an error, we pay the price. It seems like it, right? And if you look at a record, I always said, it was 5 plays here, 5 swings there, 5 pitches there, and you be dancing in the playoffs. And we have to make 5 plays, and more than 5 plays probably. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be more consistent. In the outfield, we got it. We did a good job last year. There's a few things that Huddy feels that we need to be better, which is awesome, right? Because we have a Gold Glover, a guy with 20 defensive run saves in the outfield. We know about the kid in center field, that he's going to be one of those that, people are going to be looking and be like, wow, he's phenomenal. But in the infield, we have to be better.
I'm just curious, is the changing up the infield programs trend-based where other organizations are doing this, or are you trying to reinvent the wheel?
No, not really. I think it's something that everybody's doing around the league, using more machines and all that. The turf work, people make adjustments. I know Wash is kind of like the guru of the whole thing, but we do it a little bit different. It just, for me, it's intent and paying attention to detail. And it's not about me or Flo or Carlos or Foxy lack of paying attention to details. I think the players have to take ownership at the end, and you have to the same way you work on this offensively, you have to put the same intent when you work in defense, and we're gonna ask them too. If you see Trevor, that's why Trevor is great. Like, he takes every repetition like it's Game 7 of the World Series, and he wants to be challenged, and we're trying to do that too.
Even though you say it's not about the coaches, what does Flo kind of add to the major league staff? What are his strengths?
That's his strength, defense. I know him for a while. He worked with Baltimore and the Phillies and the Cubs, you know, and he's a guy that I trust with his knowledge. You know, he's really good at, you know, breaking down fielding mechanics. You know, he talks about momentum and your glove presentation and you know, how to turn a double play, where you put your hands. He's a guy that we relied actually. Actually, Joey communicates a lot with him, you know, and he's been doing this for a while. He knows the group too. He's been in Worcester for a while and understands who they are, and you know, it's just another baseball rat, to be honest with you.
You were just referencing Sedan. Will you put him in the outfield when he's here, or will you still give him?
He's going to play a lot. He's going to most of his repetitions in spring training is going to be in center field.
Yeah, so more so, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the rotation, how much it's improved, and some of these arms you're getting, and getting Giolito back, what you're looking at?
I mean, if you look at the names, you know, Walker, Garrett, and Lucas, they've been successful, right? Stuff-wise, they're really good. They understand what they need to do to be successful. Pitchability is part of what they do. It's not only outstuff people. Even Garrett, right? He knows what he wants to do, and we saw a glimpse last year, right? And hopefully he can continue to get better and be the monster that he was last year, right? So we're in a good place, and we got more, which is the most important thing. If guys go down, we got guys that can come up here and pitch for a month and give us quality starts.
How big do you think Walker Buehler was in the World Series last year?
It was huge. It was huge. Yeah, we saw that in 18. You know, we actually talked a little bit about that. You know, he caught my attention in Game 3. You know, against that team. That team, you know, with all due respect to all the other World Series champions the last whatever years, that was the best team in the big leagues. I mean, we were really, really good at what we did, and he was amazing. And then, yeah, his injuries and all that stuff, and to do the things that he did last year, just first of all, his willingness to pitch, right? At, you know, when he wasn't 100%, kind of, right? It was amazing, and his stuff during the playoffs caught my attention right away, and you know, loved the fact that he wanted the ball in that last game, and made, you know, the last pitch of the season was a great one. So, you know, he's a good one. He's a good one.
Giolito, what's the time frame you think for him getting back?
So far, so good. You know, so he should be ready.
When you look at kind of storylines, the crochet extension thing is a big one. For you, just, you know, obviously you guys got him. You know, you had him for 2 years, but as part of welcoming him to the organization, making him feel like we want you here long term, what's your role in that?
My role is for him to get ready for this year, and obviously talk about who we are and what we're all about. But I think at the end of the day, you know, that's the people upstairs with him. You know, obviously it was a big trade, and we would love him to be part of this for a long time. But you know, obviously we know that there's a business, and it takes two to tango.
You're not going to pitch in? You're not going to pitch in?
No. We're good.
Thanks for killing it.
Yeah.
Dying.